Gotham, a crazy podcast about DC, with your host E-Rock and PD. When we speak up, get your geeks up, cause you know you about to get geeked up. So sit back, relax, and get comfy. Lose your mind like Solomon Grundy, and listen to a show that won't be forgotten. Coming straight out of Gotham.
And hello, everybody out in the DC universe. Welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Gotham, episode 81. I think this is 81. This is Tim Brown. Tim Brown's 81, I believe, right? Raiders, Tim Brown. We are a fandom pop culture podcast and a proud member of the Batman Podcast Network, hosted by Batman on Film. Make sure you check out all the other great shows on the network by heading on over to BOF. Click the drop-down tab and check out all the other great shows. There's tons of them. Raimi Review, the Batman Book Club is really popular. Gotham Outsiders, ELTD, Azrael Podcast is somewhere buried there. My secondary show, the Spidey Coalition, is there as well. So lots of great stuff covering a lot of great topics that you guys all love to talk about. Excuse me. I am your co-host from the other side of the Hudson River, senior contributor to Batman on Film. I am Peter R. Rivera. Today we're recording on July 6th, 2022, and we hope that all of you who celebrated had a fabulous 4th of July weekend and a wonderful Independence Day. And as always, we have a great show for you today. Before we get into the good stuff, I'd like to remind you, all our faithful listeners, if you take the time to rate and review our show on Apple Podcasts, and we read your review on air, you have just won a Straight Outta Gotham prize pack. We do this contest every month, so be sure to be in it if you want to win it. Really cool stuff. Doug got a wonderful little collection of comic books and Matchbox cars last week. So just please rate and review the show. And if we read it, you win. And it's always a good time. Now, before I introduce my co-hosts, I usually, I want to just take the time here. I usually remind you guys of all the great feats Eric has done throughout the years, all those wonderful accomplishments. But today I want to tell you guys about the championship that Eric didn't win. Eric forego his eligibility for the hot dog eating contest this year because, as many of you know, the country is in a bit of troubled times. And Eric, we were talking about this the other day at Buffalo Wild Wings, and Eric was telling me, like, the country really needs someone to rally around. And nothing really brings America together more than a dynasty and a bunch of championships. So Eric decided to not participate in the hot dog eating contest this year and let Joey Chestnut win his whatever consecutive title. Eric just didn't think it was proper to dethrone him while the country was going through such events. So I just wanted to take the time to thank Eric for being a true patriot and really helping out all of us have a wonderful 4th of July. And let's not waste any more time. Let me just introduce him right now. Eric Holzman, the champion of Long Island.
Hello there. Yeah, Joey, I got in touch with Joey the other day and we were talking because he was like, you might be my only competition. I don't know what I'm doing. Are you going to enter the event? And I said, no, I said, I can't seem to be, this is the one event I can't seem to win. And I'm good at the pie eating for Thanksgiving. I've done all these other eating contests I've won, but Joey's kind of the man when it comes to this. So,
did he call you directly? Like you guys have each other's phone numbers now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we go back a couple years.
Oh, do you, where did you guys first meet?
It was probably like 10 years ago. I actually went as a spectator to see. I went to Coney Island to watch the hot dog eating contest, which was crazy. And that's when Kobayashi was still involved. And
I remember Kobayashi.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal. And Joey was just kind of hanging out there, and I just went up like, "Hey, talk to him." I told him a little bit about my feats and my history. And
did he know who you were?
He didn't know. He knew of me. He didn't know like
the legend.
Yes, he knew of me.
Wow.
So he's kind of asking all these questions about my history and my championships, and it was kind of fun. And then I kind of asked him about his, and we just kind of hit it off. And so it's been cool. It's been a nice little friendship I've had.
So we can expect you at like the 40/40 Club VIP section, sitting together in like no time.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely. It's weird. He's won so many other eating competitions too. If you look at his history, it's not just hot dogs. Obviously, that's the famous one because it's on 4th of July. But he's done some other stuff, and that's kind of his thing, which is crazy because I don't know. I still don't know how he does that. Like I said, I've tried, and although just having the bread has to be like soggy, and it's kind of a hard thing to do and eat all those hot dogs. But damn, he's the man. So shout out to Joey, man. He's awesome. I love the guy, and he did it on one leg. Did you see that?
I did, which is even more interesting. I thought maybe it kind of put him at a disadvantage, and it didn't really. So
no, man,
and he still was able to take down that one guy too, the protester.
That was crazy. I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Joey was a Marine at some point because I was like, did he try to snap that guy's neck?
He like tackled him on one leg. He's Joey's he's the man. Like there's no one else, and. I think I'm wondering if he's going to retire soon. I don't know. We'll see.
That I don't know. But if he does, I know someone who can
might have to enter.
Fill the void, as Oswald would say.
I might have to jump on in and give it a shot. But man, so outside of that, 4th of July weekend was okay. I had a good couple of things to do. It's always good to watch fireworks. The fireworks in my neighborhood, guys, I was watching the fireworks in my neighborhood this year, which were actually kind of good. Don't always have that recently, but hey, I don't know if it was COVID or whatever, but people went all out, really started. So in my neighborhood, there were a lot of good fireworks shows going around, which I watched. What about you, man? Did you...
Were they fireworks shows, or were they just people setting off fireworks? There's a difference.
Yeah, really just people setting off fireworks.
We had a lot of people in the neighborhood set off fireworks, and it's like, you always look forward to actually the blooper reels. You hope everybody's safe, and it's like you see the idiots. And I'm like, oh man, why'd you let your fireworks next to your car?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm kind of weird about them. I'm kind of weird about them because I understand, like, if you have pets, you know, your pets usually freak out. And then I feel bad for our veterans who suffer from PTSD and they hear all the bombs. I know it impacts them. So I'm I always kind of,
I know Rick hates fireworks. I know that.
I didn't know that.
Rick hates fireworks. He doesn't like them. My dog, they don't bother my dog, so I don't notice them.
Yeah, they don't bother Leia anymore either. But when she was younger, because her hearing's not as good anymore, but when she was younger, they did. I remember they bothered her. So it's just, they're beautiful to look at. They are, I'm not going to lie, but.
Macy's had a good show this year. I watched on TV too.
Yeah, that was on, but I didn't watch it.
I was able to like sit in my backyard in like the middle of the yard, and like you could watch it, Macy's on your phone, and to your left, there's like one township's fire, because we live on like a border. So we live on like kind of like this fork in the road. There's 3 different towns. And there's like they're doing their thing in the housing complex over here, and then over here beyond the trees in like the field, you could see people lighting them off. So I was watching like 3 different sets of fireworks at once, actually. So
so. What about food, man? Did you cook anything?
No, I didn't cook anything. Just hot dogs, because we went to a swim club, and we hung out there for a little bit, and then we got takeout. I had a veal parm hero.
Oh, speaking of championships, didn't your brother win some splash event? Didn't Mikey win some splash event? I saw him with his belt.
Yeah, he won his 10th consecutive cannonball contest.
See, guys, it's all in the family here. Straight out of Gotham, we're all champions. Pete's champion.
Yeah, Mikey, he's the champion of New Jersey.
All champions over here. So we hope everyone had a really nice 4th of July.
Unless you're in like the UK, because I guess it didn't work out for you.
But also to our Canadian fans, it was Canada Day, I think, on Friday.
And what's that mean?
So it's kind of like their 4th of July. It's kind of like their Independence Day.
Oh, okay.
So they had that. So hope you guys enjoyed as well.
Good. I hope they partied.
Day. Yes, because they're our neighbors to the north, and we have.
Do you know when Mexico's Independence Day is?
I don't, but everyone thinks it's Cinco de Mayo, but it's not.
I thought it was Cinco de Mayo.
It's not, though. That's not their Independence Day. That's the Battle of Puebla celebration day. I don't remember what it's about, but that's not That's not what that means. So
All right.
but
All right, guys.
but yeah. So again, shout out to everyone for everyone's holiday weekend. I'm sorry to our European people that you didn't have holidays. I apologize.
They've got to have holidays that we don't.
But make one
though.
up. Make one up.
I'm sure they have holidays that we don't celebrate.
Oh yes, of course.
Right?
Yeah, well, they have like Boxing Day, the day after
In
Christmas.
Canada, they do. Right, that's on every calendar. I don't know what that is.
They have all. I mean,
I've asked
all,
Carlos like 3 times. He's told me, but I can't remember.
There's
like
all
Boxing Day.
Yeah, they have Boxing and Victoria Day. I think is another one that.
Is that Canadian or is that English?
I think it's English.
I wonder what Italian holidays are like. Well, like that I don't know of.
I don't know.
Like what holidays in Germany do you not know of?
Oh, there's probably so many.
It's like Blitzkenstein.
I mean, the only one everyone knows of, obviously, is Oktoberfest. That's just really a festival that lasts for a month.
Do they have like some sort of celebration for you over in Germany? You've conquered an entire state in this country, so it's. I'm just curious. I
don't know. I have never been. That's one of the things I need to do in my life. I have to get over there.
So do you think you'll like get over there and there's monuments to you all over the country?
No, but my last name is all over the place because it translated, it means woodsman. Literal translation means woodsman. And
so why aren't you like a carpenter?
Well, that's what there are over there. So if you go to like lumber yards and stuff, you'll see my last name all over the place. And
really?
Yeah, it's
you should buy like a Holzman sign.
Well, I always say like if I go back there, do I have some lumber fortune waiting for me that I don't know about? That I'm actually a very rich man, and I have no idea because
you should buy signs for you and your sisters. I know that's like 17 of them, but like you're basically coming back with a lumber yard.
I do have a Crest shirt with my last name on it.
You should get that in like wood.
People said I should get a tattoo of it because I don't have a tattoo, and everyone's like, "Oh, you should get one."
You should get a Celtic cross.
Okay, I have that behind me. Well,
yeah, but you should get a tattoo of it.
I could do something mixing them up.
There you go.
That would be a nice little thing. We're really going off the rails here, but yeah, so holidays and all
tattoos.
That stuff. Tattoos and
Germany.
Yeah, I
Schnitzel.
I do have to get over there. It's weird you bring it up because
Doug's going to love this. He's like, yes, Duggenstein.
It's funny because he messaged me yesterday telling me he made Jaeger Schnitzel and Spätzle because we talked.
What is Jaeger Schnitzel? Is that like something made with Jägermeister?
Any kind of schnitzel is a breaded kind of meat. So it's either pork, veal, whatever. Chicken, you can do chicken. And then the Jaeger is an actual sauce, and it's a mushroom sauce.
That sounds delicious.
It is. It's fantastic. It's very, very good.
Jaeger Schnitzel.
You can make it with chicken broth. Some people make it with beef broth. If you want it brown, obviously that's the difference. You make it with a beef broth instead of chicken. But it's a nice, thick sauce that goes over. And then Spätzle are just, you know what Spätzle are. They're just noodles. And that's usually the common pairing for most German dishes is Spätzle. Potato pancakes is another one.
All right. So the next time the Yankees are in town to play the Indians, I'm staying at Doug's. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, so he actually sent me that. And again, he's also our contest winner. So shout out to Doug once again for being a great fan and for enjoying German food like I do. We both kind of he's a German guy as well. We both kind of tap into our cultural history. It was nice to find someone like that because I'm like the only one. You're the only German in America? No, I'm just the only one I know in my own circle who actually cares. The only German. Like I definitely am not that. That's for sure. But shout out to that. So Pete, we've kind of. It's been a while since we've done a show. I just realized. 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Summer break. Yeah, life has kind of thrown curveballs, and I've had family stuff on the weekends. I feel like I have a graduation party every week because my family's so big. And then you just blame your sisters for that. First birthday parties and second birthday party. It's just been a crazy summer for me. So time has been short. You spent so much money on gifts. That stinks. You ain't kidding. So much money. Yeah. I don't see this is what I mean. Like I don't even get that back because I don't have kids of my own. So I'm just giving out gifts to everyone. And you're Santa Claus. I really am. And people say like when my beard grows in, I look like a young Kris Kringle. So a young old man. That's what that means. Is that a backhanded compliment? I don't know. No, but you've seen Santa Claus is coming to town, haven't you? And he's got red.
He's more gingery.
Yeah,
You're
but
more
my
blonde.
beard, when my beard grows in, it used to be. Now it's just getting white. So I guess I am kind of turning into old man Santa Claus. Oh boy!
You could replace Tim Allen in the next Santa Claus movie, and everyone will freak out about it.
I'm in. Give me a call. I'm in. Have no problem.
Why was Tim Allen replaced in the Santa Claus?
Oh. Same reason why he wasn't Buzz Lightyear, right?
I guess. Let's actually talk about some conspiracies and some movies in DC. That's usually how it goes, right?
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
There's a whole rundown. Pick something.
I thought you were going to kick off. All right.
I'm not kicking off. This is enough with the chatter. It's been like 15 minutes of bullshit.
I know, but like I said, we haven't done this in a while, so we have a lot of bullshit to catch up on.
I feel like I'm at a hair salon. Let's go.
A hair salon. Not just a barber. You got to go hair salon. All right, so let's start off with some encouraging news because of there were some people were kind of sad when all the CW stuff kind of got sliced and diced and cut up and whatever. But we knew that they were for sale, and now we actually have a buyer. So Nexstar, which is actually it's a larger company, media group that owns a lot of different things. They're nearing a deal to acquire 70% of the CW, with both Paramount and Warner Brothers retaining 12.5% ownership stake. So now that they actually have a buyer, maybe going forward, we can see what's going to go on in the future, or if they're going to add more shows. Maybe some of these shows will get a rebirth. This is not uncommon for when this stuff happens. If a show is popular, they might decide to bring it back. I'm not sure that's going to happen to Batwoman, Pete. I'm sorry, but
I don't think it's going to happen with any of them. I think the shows that got canned, and I think the shows that are coming. That includes Gotham Knights. And if that pisses any of you off, it sucks to suck. I don't know what to tell you. Gotham Knights is coming, and it's going to be glorious, and I can't wait for you all to watch it with me. This is really encouraging. It's good news, but let's be honest, the CW kind of has been going around operating as if this was always going to be happening. So we should have just expected it. Like, what did we think was going to, at some point, Kevin Durant's going to get traded too. Like, it was going to happen. Like, and they kept operating like just normal, and it paid off, and that's it. So I don't think, I know people are fighting for Legends. I don't think Legends is coming back. I think what got canceled is done, and just look forward to the new stuff. Certain shows had certain runs and they lasted a pretty long time. And, while Batwoman only got 3 seasons, it's crazy. That's fine. Again, it's a bummer, but you still got 3 seasons of it. So
I didn't know. Apparently Nexstar is the country's largest broadcaster, which I didn't know that. And they own a lot of the CW's affiliate stations, which I didn't know either. So it just seems like a very,
so I don't expect much to really change then.
Yeah, that's true. But man, CW apparently was losing $100 million, sorry, their current losses amount to more than $100 million. So they're absorbing that, and I guess when you look at it, like you said, when you look at all the shows that were sliced, that was probably one of the reasons why. So I don't know. When
AT&T acquired Warner Brothers, they acquired a lot of debt too. I feel like that's what happens when Discovery acquired Warner Brothers. They acquired all their debt. That's you're buying everything. So that I'm sure they will figure out a way to how to do business and whatnot. Because if they couldn't do it, I'm sure they would just have folded, and that's not happening. So I'm no expert on this, but CW went up for sale. It got sold. It's got a buyer, and I would imagine they want to put out television shows and whatnot. So, like I said, I don't expect anything to come back. I just think it's time to move forward.
Yeah, the reason that they were able to keep going before was because of the Netflix deal that was giving them money so they can stream their shows, obviously, on Netflix. But that deal went away. So I think in 2019 it said. So for the past 2-3 years,
does that mean The Flash is not on the Netflix anymore?
I think it still is for now. But that was when the actual thing ended. The exclusive license, it's the exclusive pact ended. So I think that was why they had to sell it.
Okay.
Because,
like the CW and Seinfeld are the only reasons I have Netflix anymore, and Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Well,
I could buy Stranger Things physical, I would imagine.
That has been fantastic, but we're not going to talk about that because I don't know where you are with it if you're caught up. So
I'm not. No, all the CW shows are still here on Netflix. I see them.
So, but they don't have the exclusivity agreement anymore. So Netflix is not paying them exclusively to own it.
So I guess that means they're on HBO Max too.
Well, we know some of them are. We know that, Titans obviously is there. And, yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like other CW shows like Black Lightning.
Black Lightning.
Stuff like that.
Stargirl, obviously.
I'll still watch that stuff.
So, yeah. So at least it's sold, right? At least it's a sell now.
It's got a buyer, and like I said, like they seem to be very big in the TV business, and I imagine that we're going to get some good TV shows out of it. I mean, that's if you want to like them. I mean, you could hate them like most people and just not watch them.
Well, I've been hit or miss. Historically, I'm hit or miss on their shows. So, all right, but moving on, and another rite of summer has always been Comic-Con. Well, we have a list of what WB and Marvel are going to be showing at Comic-Con, or what they're going to be talking about at Comic-Con. I was kind of surprised to see the list of the WB stuff, and there's not tons of DC content. Are
you surprised that did not create uproar amongst the Twitter community? Like this story just kind of really went under the radar here. Like I was expecting the complaint committee to come out full force.
I was a little surprised that when I saw the list, I mean, I'll just go through what's going to the panels, the panels they're going to show. One is, of course, the HBO original series House of Dragon, which is the Game of Thrones prequel. Panel for the new drama The Sandman, which that is a DC property, so we'll be seeing that. And then there's the last ever panel for CW drama series Riverdale. But Jim Lee will be there. There's a lot of other comic stuff that's going on, but I'm just talking about from as far as visual media.
The article did say they will announce things at a later date too, so I imagine more things are coming. I imagine we'll get something about the Flash. I can't imagine we won't get anything from like I do. Will it be as big as what they did for fandom? I don't think so. But I imagine something will be there for those movies that are coming up.
I think that's what we're starting to see, though, right?
When does Black Adam fall? Is it before or after Comic-Con? That's the question. Will Black Adam have a big presence?
That's true.
I don't remember. I can't keep track of
I would think they would have something for that, though.
Not if it's after.
But, even if it is after, I mean, they've done that before. So, I think we're seeing the impact, obviously, of fandom.
Oh, October. We'll definitely get something for Black Adam.
So,
yeah.
I think we're seeing that. I think we're seeing the fandom impact.
I don't know. I thought it was before. That would mean it'd be like next week.
So, guys, I don't know who's going. I'm unfortunately not. I still want to get out there one of these years. But
one year I want to do it myself, man. I'm dying to get out there and hang out in the Gaslamp District and really do it. Because we've done New York pretty well over the past couple of years. I want to give Chicago. I want to do, well, it was the E2C2. I think that's the Chicago convention. Yeah, that's cool. But I definitely want to get out there to San Diego, give that a shot.
I'm thinking I should try, but now that it's actually, I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud, guys.
You'll never get it.
No, because of Star Wars Celebration, but the next one's going to be back in England.
Star Wars Celebration. Wow.
So that would be cool to go to. Just because I've never been to England either, so that would be
fun. You go hang out with Tom and watch
I would.
Obi-Wan.
Tom, maybe we can get Mark to come hang out with us. It'd be kind of cool to meet those guys.
You could eat some jelly deals.
Talk to them all the time. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those, but I would try
You've
them.
Eaten jelly deals before?
No. It doesn't sound like I'd be a fan of it. It doesn't sound like I would.
I'm not a fan of it. I never had it.
It's not appetizing to me. Let me just say it that way. It's not something that I feel like I would enjoy.
I still want to give it a shot.
I would, though. You're right. I'd give it a shot. That's fine. So, all right.
I wonder if it tastes like a lobster sauce.
No, I don't.
Like Chinese food.
I don't know. That doesn't sound good. But all right, we're going off on a tangent again. Anyway, back to Comic-Con. Obviously, the other house that we want to talk about is Marvel Studios. They're planning on a big return, and apparently there might be a little insight of what's going to happen in Phase 5 going forward. As we know, Marvel plans things out in advance, like super far in advance. So they have stuff all the way planned out, and we know what we're getting. Or what we've gotten in Phase 4. So I guess we kind of have these drop little things and details of what possibly could be coming on in the future for Marvel Phase 5. One of those things also is who the big bad might be going forward. Galactus is one of them, yes. Is it just going to be Kang? There's a bunch of stuff floating around there. But
it feels like summer because Comic-Con's around the corner. It does. Honestly, for the first time in like years, and that's an actual statement. Like for the first time in years, it's an actual Comic-Con, a real San Diego Comic-Con. This is great. We're talking about. I don't care what they show or what it's about. Comic-Con's back. Vendors, fans, panels, interviews, trailers, clips, stills. I'm just happy it's all back. I just am. Like I don't care what it is. I'll watch it all. If they got something for Thor 5, I'll check it out. I'm really, really excited to Comic-Con's back, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's a good sign having all this stuff coming back and having the cons coming back and getting all this information, these big events that we got used to and that the pandemic had kind of.
Because on top of that, now we have like the fandoms and the stuff like that. So we have the virtual stuff. So I'm like, well, that's probably where we're going to get all the real hardcore exclusive stuff. And Comic-Con will just be like glorified new trailers, which is fine because I'm like, cool, that's cool. I don't mind that at all. Like the hype and everything around that and the vibe and the feeling of like, oh, cool, did you see this? And like, I go back to day, dude. Like I remember the BVS stuff. Like I was following Umberto on Twitter and like, I just was just refreshing his Twitter feed and he's typing out everything that, like those days. So I'm just excited that everything's back. Dude, like this feels like summer. Mine's are biscuits and gravy.
It does. It definitely does. Like we've had slow incremental things brought back into life post COVID, and now this is another one. COVID's still around, as we know. It's not completely gone, but I feel like we have treatments now.
It's like Rick, still around, not gone.
So we have all of these things to help us deal with it, and so it's a lot less of I think it's a smaller threat than it usually is. One of the interesting things that came out of the article about Marvel at Comic-Con was the Russo brothers said that they would like to do a Secret Wars movie.
Oh, God.
Which, I mean, say what you want about their other stuff. Their Marvel movies have been humongous hits.
Yeah, when you got them on a leash and you can guide them along the way, I'm sure they're great.
And that's where they would be, so I do not care.
So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. You don't care about certain things. Me and Reno will just watch more intellectual filmmaking of a higher class. That's all.
When's the last intellectual film you watched?
I don't know. Blade Runner 2049. Suck on that, Eric.
I actually, just really quick, last night I went and saw The Black Phone, which is a horror movie, not an intellectual movie. You should watch it, Pete. I think
I would love to. I still have to catch up on Sonic 2. Like my backlog of movies and CW shows, I cannot wait until baseball's All-Star break because I'm going to spend like 3 days and just watch TV.
Yeah, but the hype, I mean, the Black Phone is very predictable. I'll say that. There's a lot of convenient things that happen in it that have to happen.
Sounds like a horror movie to me.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a horror. I said they made a horror movie that the audience could easily follow. Not going to mess with your head, and has it's a really well made and movie, and the acting performances are very, very good.
Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of love for this part, and he deserves it. He's very good in it.
Good. So I look forward to it. I know Nico saw it recently too. I think he did one of his little schmick schmock reviews.
What? Oh, the TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
All right.
You know, he gets all sexy looking. He gets his glasses and his jewelry, and he looks like Jack Sparrow with a baseball hat. And he's sitting there and he's doing his quick cuts like he's Jeremy Johns. He's a little whippersnapper, that kid.
Yeah, he's playing the medium. That's what I call it.
I love it. I like. He's got to wear like a button-down shirt, and he's got to go like Tony Montana and go like 4 buttons down. I think he would look really good like that. I think they look good. I think fashion points for me could take you real far in life, right?
I think that would be good. Whatever he wants to do, though. Whatever he wants to do.
Let him do his thing.
He's fine. Yes. All right. So sticking in the MCU, we know that obviously with the Fox, the purchase of Fox and everything that happened with that, they got control over Fantastic Four and they got control over Deadpool.
Alien. Alien, Predator.
Yeah. All of those things, which is still weird. But we know that Deadpool 3 is in the works. And we do know that it's going to remain R-rated, which of course we all love. And the writers were talking about it recently, and they said that it's nice, it's a wonderful opportunity for a fish out of water comedy. And that they're kind of not struggling, but kind of putting together something similar to the vein. They said that, but they're waiting for Marvel to be like, yeah, you can't go that far. So I don't know, but what do you think, man? It seems like Reese and Wernick are going to be able to do what they want to do, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm
really looking forward to this because I think this is the first real test of this sale. Like what happened? Like there's been Alien comic books that have been published and they're really good. We've seen the trailer for Prey. That's a Hulu series though.
Yep.
This is going to have the Disney logo all over it. This is going to be, people already think Fox Marvel was a part of the MCU to begin with. So this is only going to further reinforce that. I like the fact that they stress that this is still going to be raunchy and rude and crude. How far they actually can go. Interesting, because I've seen the PG-13 version of Daredevil.
Once upon a
Deadpool 2. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not how you make this movie. Not after you give me the first two. Like I was, oh, geez. Definitely not watching this on TNT. So I'm really pumped. I'm really excited that they are going to just go all out. And I hope they push it to the limit, because this really will give us a chance to see what they can do with something like, I'm dying for some new Alien stuff. And whether it's got Ridley attached to it or not, I think there might be time for a change. That stuff like that, and I'm excited. Like I said, look, we're getting new Predator stuff, so Disney's letting these guys make these more violent, action-packed.
I think obviously
films.
Maybe they'll make a label called Disney Dark or Disney something.
They won't call it that. They will not attach their name to that. They do not want that. They'll come with, that's why they have 20th Century Studios. But again, at some point, the Disney logo is going to flash, I think. Like you'll get to those gold numbers and then you'll see a D logo.
It's their property. I can't imagine. I mean,
I know it's just,
right?
But you don't think of Disney movies and then think of some monster killing 7 people and then having, the final person nearly escape. You're not going to, when's the last time a Disney logo was in front of a bloodbath?
Well, you're right. That's true. I feel like Doctor Strange was a good opening test a little bit.
It was good. It was good. It was, but that's not like, that's scary. There's a difference between actually saying like swears.
You're right. Yeah. And obviously we know Deadpool is going to swear.
Yes.
A lot. So I'm really looking forward to this one. This, like you said, this is the real test. It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see the build up, follow the development of it a little bit more as we get closer.
Like kudos to Disney for just honestly being like, yeah, Deadpool's the one thing that's not going to change.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's just thankful. They could have continued on. I mean, who knows? They still could with the Fox X-Men. Whether it's what's his name, McAvoy and company, like the younger crew, like they could still make those movies with that cast. Maybe not Mystique because she doesn't want to be the character anymore, but a lot of those guys can come back. But Deadpool, they were from the get go. Yeah, no, it's Deadpool. Like this is like, oh no, this is opportunity. We can do something with this. Like they saw the opportunity, so good for them for seizing it.
That first movie took so long to get made. But it finally got made, and it was a huge hit for them. So It'd be crazy for them to try and change the formula now after all this time. So another movie we're getting, but this time we're switching over to DC, is we're getting a Black Canary either film or show. I forget. I always get this mixed up.
I think this is, I have no idea. I can't remember. I can't keep track of any of this stuff. Once you involve HBO Max, I instantly think shows, but
it's a film. I am correct. So I was correct the first time. So, and as we know, Jurnee Smollett is played Black Canary in Birds of Prey, which is a very, very underrated film. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
I really, really liked it. So, yes, there are people, we know they took liberties with certain characters. Oops, sorry, that people do that nowadays. If you didn't like it for that, I don't know what to tell you, but she talks a little bit about recently, because she has another project coming out. Sorry, I forget the name of the project. Oh, called Spiderhead. She has another project coming out, and she did a little interview and talks a little bit about Black Canary, where she says she really can't talk about it, which is what most people say.
Which means that everything's going well and it's probably moving along.
Good stages of development, that she loves to play the character. She loves how many people love the character and how the fans have been so supportive and rallied behind seeing it, especially since Birds of Prey wasn't a hit like they thought it might be. So she says she reached out to people when creating the character. She reached out to Samuel L. Jackson. His response is so Sam Jackson. He says, "Baby, just go and piss on your territory." Which is totally something he would say. But it was a really cool little snippet, a cool little piece about what we're going to be getting, or what's going on with Black Canary and what we're possibly going to be getting in this film. So, Pete, we know, like we just talked about, you said you liked Birds of Prey. Did you like this character, and are you happy we're getting her?
No, I thought she was great. I think she did a great job. I love the canary cry at the end of the movie. I like the ties to her mother that Montoya showed. Just like every character in that movie, I was like, oh, I kind of want more. So really excited about this. I'm not like surprised. She was like, oh yeah, I love it. I was like, yeah, like of course you do. You're an actress. You want to work like the rest of us. You need to live. So you need gigs. So it's funny when they all say stuff like that, but I'm sure she really digs it. And I liked her interpretation. I can't wait to see more of it. And who knows? Like, I'd love to see what her Green Arrow looks like. If that's a thing in this world, like it'd be cool to see, because I didn't like what they did with it on Arrow. I didn't like the whole Black Canary Green Arrow relationship really on the TV show. So I
thought you didn't watch Arrow.
I know what happens. I've read like the Wikipedia articles. I haven't read it. I haven't watched it, but I know what happens. Like, I've kind of been up to date. You know what I'm saying? Like, I followed it. But so, like, I know, like, there's been a million canaries.
Yeah, there is.
And my buddy Connor was a huge fan of Arrow, so I kind of used him as a news feed.
Yeah. There was the first one, then they did Canary with first was Laurel. Then they did with Sarah. She became, there was a lot of different versions of it. So
like, it's very convoluted. I'm like, what are they doing? Why do they do this way? But so I wouldn't mind a more like kind of like faithful Arrow Canary relationship going on.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a good way to, like you said, introduce Green Arrow into this universe if they're going to continue moving forward. That would be cool. I think it would be. I think the characters need each other. Like, I can't. Yeah, they're kind of. I always think of them. They're always like attached to the hip for me. But Green Arrow and Black Canary. They are. You're right. It's a very, very normal, very, very strong and normal thing when you see them together. So it would be cool if they did that, brought them in, and that's the way they bring them in. Because as we know, that side of things is probably going to be some kind of connected tissue. We're not sure, but I'm sure there's going to be some kind of connectivity in there, some kind of universe built. So I hope he has a crazy goatee too. Yeah, you need the goatee. Yeah, I agree. You need that. Okay. Sorry. I have to reset a little bit. Wow. Old man. All right. So moving right along, we all know one of Pete's favorite movies of last year was Dune. He loved it. Can't talk enough about Dune. So that's true. I cannot talk enough about how boring I thought that movie was. So we got more casting news. Léa Seydoux, who was in the last James Bond movie, and the last two, actually, James Bond movies, sorry. She will be added to the cast and playing Lady Margot. Now, if you know the story, she's a vital ally to Paul Atreides in his war with the House of Harkonnen. I know that might not make much sense to most people, to Pete, because he didn't like Dune. He doesn't know.
I watched it. I know what it means.
So she kind of had an early... She should have been in the first film if you went by the book, because there's an early part. She's in the book earlier in it, but they took her out. But she has a big part in the second half, and they're finally cast her and putting her in, along with, as we know, famously now, Austin Butler, who did a fantastic job as Elvis in the Elvis movie. He'll be playing, I always say his name wrong, it's Fayed Rautha Harkonnen. And Christopher Walken, we know, was added. He'll be playing Emperor Shaddam IV. And Florence Pugh, who, of course, is now our new Black Widow. She's playing the Emperor's daughter, Princess Irulan. So they're filling out the cast. I'm looking forward to it. I love Dune. I thought it was great. So I'm looking forward to this. Adding an actress of Lea Seydoux caliber is great, and everyone they've been adding is great. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. But Pete, does her casting mean you will watch the second one?
I will watch the second one. She has nothing to do with the reason why I watch the second one. I'm so curious as to why you all love this. So I will watch it and I'll find out what goes on, because I imagine we'll do a show about it, and it's just great to have Eric love something and we despise it. So then we could just have some at least entertaining dialogue. But yeah, like, so cool. Like, let's see it. It was, I'll say this about Dune. It was probably the most talked about movie of the year, or probably of, at least on the Twitter space outside of like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, that movie was really hyped up. So we'll see what happens.
Are you familiar with her work? Have you seen the last James Bond movie?
I have not. I still not have seen Zednik's favorite Bond film yet.
All right. I mean, she was also recently in Crimes of the Future, which had Viggo Mortensen, Kristen Stewart. I haven't seen that yet. I meant to see
We love Kristen Stewart around here.
We do?
We do. We love Kristen Stewart around here.
So she's kind of been becoming more part of our normal film. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. She's been more present recently in films that we've been watching. Her star's kind of on the rise, so it's cool that they're adding her. And we'll see. I liked her in both Spectre and in No Time to Die, so we will see how this is going forward. But
I have to rewatch Spectre. I don't remember.
You don't have to, really. I mean,
I do because I want to. I want to do like a James Bond rewatch, at least the Craig movies to get.
I thought you meant to watch No Time to Die. You don't really have you. I mean, when you watch it, you'll remember.
Okay,
you'll remember it. It'll jog your memory. But if you want to, then go ahead. I mean, be my guest.
Stop trying to control me, Eric.
Sorry. I apologize.
I am my own person.
In more casting news, Emma Roberts has been added to Madam Web. Again, doesn't say who she's playing. But
there's been kind of rumors going around that this, like Nico, I think brought this to my attention. I think it had to be him. Can't imagine anybody else would. It's like the movie's not really a Madam Web movie. It's something else. And they're using Madam Web as a cover, and I'm like, that'll be interesting. Like,
but what though?
I don't remember what he was telling me. If you Google it, you'll find it. But I thought that was cool because it was like everything about this movie is just fascinating because I know nothing about it except for who's in it. So it's really cool.
They're casting people who you would think would be. I
don't know. Like, I think Madam Web. I think old woman in a wheelchair. You know, I think it's Dakota Johnson's Madam Web.
Yes, she is.
So like, she's pretty young.
She is.
She could be the other Madam Web publisher. I can't remember her name, but there's a younger version with a trench coat and sunglasses. So could be. I don't know. We'll see. But I just thought it was a funny rumor that was floating around the internet, and I was like, oh wow, really? Like I've heard that. And then Nico brought it to my attention. I was like, oh wow, this is really kind of taking off. So we'll see. I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but it's funny that all we know is this movie is supposed to be about Madam Web.
Yeah, I feel like Emma Roberts is kind of diminished. Like, she was kind of a hot name for a while, and
I was a big fan of hers when she was in Scream 4. I kind of found her in that film, and then I kind of followed her a little bit. But yeah, I guess you're right.
She's kind of been. I mean, she's done television. I know she's done American Horror Story.
I checked out of that a while ago.
So I haven't watched it in years either. But like she's been on the TV side of things, but on film, I haven't really seen her much. So this is a interesting bit of casting.
A little shifting gears.
Yes. I guess it helps to be Eric's daughter and Julia's niece. So
she's good. I mean, she played a convincing psychopath in Scream 4.
She is. She's good. I mean, she's a solid actress. I'm not trying to diminish her at all, but
do you think she'll be in the next Bailey movie?
Maybe. You never know.
Just curious.
That's that movie it's coming, guys. It's coming. I've been told.
Ryan Lauer's favorites.
I've been told by an insider that's coming. So we'll see. What goes there. Oh, we have more casting news. Let's continue on with the casting news. So as we know, sadly, we were told at least that Scream 6 will not have Neve Campbell, but Henry Czerny will be joining the cast. Henry Czerny famously is in Mission Impossible. So he'll be joining the cast of Scream 6, which we know includes Melissa Barrera, Courtney Cox, Hayden Panettiere, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Jenna Ortega. So they're all...
I'm sensing old man red herring.
Possibly.
That's what I'm getting right here.
Possibly. But in
this is Billy's uncle coming for revenge.
I hope not.
Can you? This is where it finally jumps the shark. Billy's relatives are coming out of the woodworks to kill his illegitimate daughter.
I really hope not. I hope they move past that. But a little bit of on the Neve Campbell thing, there was kind of been a rumor floating around that she might be coming back.
I saw that, but it wasn't in any of the trades, so I chose not to believe it.
Right. Apparently it was some Instagram story, and then someone who was working on the project, and they pulled it down right away. I don't know. Again, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me, and they're just going to keep it under wraps until she actually is in the film, because what they said was her role would be small in 6, and then she'd return in 7. It was a 2-film contract that she eventually signed, and that's what it would be. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were doing that, but again, it was just a rumor. I just wanted to put it out there, something I saw for people who want to maybe see her back. We obviously would love to see her back in the franchise, so... we'll see. I don't know, but I just wanted to throw that out there because it was something I heard and saw, and but you never know. Rumors happen all the time. So, especially in this space, we always get information about stuff. So, all right. So, Pete, did you see the Green Hornet movie with Seth Rogen?
No, I did not. That's one of the few comic movies. I'm not a Green Hornet fan at all. I don't know anything about Green Hornet except for his appearance in Batman 66.
Right. Yeah.
That's really it. So I can't say I'm a fan. So I don't know anything about the character. I kind of thought when I heard about this Seth Rogen Green Hornet movie years ago, it reminded me of the rumors of the Jack Black Green Lantern comedy. So I never really gave it a chance. I probably should, but then again, it's being rebooted, and apparently that movie was horrible.
Yes.
So
it was
better than The Spirit, but that's not saying much.
Right. I feel like that movie was kind of done in the vein of the Starsky and Hutch one with Stiller and
Green Hornet.
Wilson. It was just kind of done as a comedy.
It's misunderstood.
Yes, it was kind of done as a comedy, like the Dukes of Hazzard movie with Jessica Simpson and Johnny Knoxville and I forget the other guy's name.
Yeah,
it was kind of done like that, like these serious shows or properties that were done before and now
lightened up a little bit.
Right, they lightened up, did a comedy thing. Well, we are getting a reboot of Green Hornet. It's called Green Hornet and Kato, and Lee Whannell has been tabbed, or he's being eyed to direct it. And Lee Whannell famously did Invisible Man, the movie with Elizabeth Moss that was freaking fantastic. If you haven't seen it,
so good, so good.
So yeah, the Green Hornet was kind of actually predates Superman, which is crazy when you think about it. But yeah, like you said, it's famously known for being on Batman 66, and there was a TV series of its own where Bruce Lee actually was introduced to the United States. So it has a rich history, at least with our pop culture, and it's cool that they're actually doing this, and it's supposed to be a very serious take on the character. So
I'll probably rewatch the old one, but I'm definitely going to check this out. Now, we're in a different time. It's funny, because that Seth Rogen one, it almost feels like it should have came out in like 1999 or 2001,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm talking about it, but I'm like, no, it's actually pretty recent. It's not like really a different era, but like you could just tell it kind of had the stink on it. I don't know, but I have to give it a shot to actually judge it. So, but I'll check this new one out definitely.
Yeah. Especially like when you add someone like if they do get Winnell as good as Invisible Man was, I think that's a very, very good sign that this script, at least if he signs on to it, that at least the script is very good, and that we're gonna get a cool film. I always liked the character. I don't. Again, it's not something I super know, but I remember it from '66, and my dad used to talk to me about the Green Hornet. So I've always liked the character. So I'd be really interested to see what they do with it in a serious role, because again.
I'll say this. I think Seth Rogen deserves comic book redemption for Green Hornet, and he should be the Thing in Fantastic Four. Affleck, Reynolds, Rogen. I think it makes sense. Seth Rogen, not Joe. Seth Rogen.
Pete's trying to start something.
I'm just saying. Everyone complained about it, but everyone, I'm just saying he deserves redemption as well.
Pete is trying to start something with our fellow creatives. People do not want Seth Rogen as the Thing.
I want Seth Rogen and John Krasinski in my Fantastic Four.
Well, Seth Rogen is in The Boys this season.
Is he?
Yes. He's in The Boys this season.
How zaddy is that? Is that very zaddy?
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
because they all claim it's like a love letter.
No, it's not.
I've had people tell me otherwise, so I'm very cautious.
No, it's not. And the reason it's not is because it would be like that on steroids. It is so much more than what he would do, or that what he's done with the characters. And it's just so outrageous and bonkers. I love the show. I understand why people don't, but I love the show. I've really enjoyed this season.
I never read the book. I just don't care about these characters. Like I don't know. Like I like more traditional, like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Like these, I know what it's supposed to be. I'm just not into that.
Do you like Invincible?
I enjoy Invincible, but like Invincible really isn't my cup of tea because they're not known heroes, like it's not like they don't have that rich history, it's something new. Whereas I like to go back for the history stuff like Batman, Captain America, stuff like that. The legacy of the characters. Not saying that they're not good. There's too much of like these other characters that I'd rather read than start something brand new, to be honest with you. There's too much history.
I understand. And again, I understand why people don't like The Boys, or it's not their thing. And a lot of people, they believe in the idealistic nature of superheroes, and I get it. I mean, I do too, to some extent, but I like seeing different takes on things, and that's really what The Boys is. But like I said, it's on steroids. It's like very, very over the top. So I don't know, but Seth Rogen is one of the EPs on the show, and he's in the season in a very Seth Rogen type role. If you saw it, you'd know what I'm talking about. Everyone out there, would you listen to this?
My buddy Luca does a good Seth Rogen impression. So,
well, if Andy, if you watch The Boys, you'll know the scene I'm talking about.
There's no way he watches The Boys. It's definitely not his type of thing.
No,
no, he can't even watch. Like he won't. He wouldn't even watch. Like he doesn't like Superman, so like getting him to watch like Superman stuff is a chore.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he's like a Batman only guy, really.
That's crazy. I don't understand how people. Oh, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, you don't watch Batwoman. Like it makes sense to me.
Stop.
I can't. You don't. Like,
I don't.
If they rebooted Batwoman, would you watch it?
If it was good.
That's your prerogative.
You're right. It's my opinion. You're exactly right. You're right.
You didn't watch season 3, so you don't know if it's bad or not.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Ryan Haas said season 3 of Batwoman was good, so I think you should just at least give it a shot.
But he watches everything. So
does he? He's still got movies in cellophane.
No. He watches everything superhero related. He does.
I mean, I don't think he was watching Black Lightning.
I think he did, and we know he watched Gotham with us.
Well, he's like me. He's like, oh, this is a Bat-related show. I should be watching this. I'm a Bat fan.
You don't have to love everything because
I never said I loved it. No one ever said they loved it.
No, but you love Batwoman.
I do not love Bat. I love. Well, yes, I do. I love Batwoman as woman. Yes, I think she's amazing. I love her. I love Javisha Leslie 100%. She's a beautiful woman. How can I not love her? The show I enjoy. I do not love the show.
Okay.
It's also just not a turd in the wind.
If you say so.
Oh, I know.
What I saw, there were mostly turds in the wind. It had some good
Season 2 is not very good.
little parts to it that I liked, but
Season 3 is a huge upgrade.
most of it was turdtastic. Anyway,
it goes from flaming shit to just like a solid, a good old Metamucil poop.
with fiber added, we have the fiber.
Yeah, that season 3 had the fiber and everything was like, oh, this is nice and smooth. I'm not constipated. I'm not like getting through this isn't a chore. This is nice. What is that? Oh, it's Metamucil. Oh, thank you.
You realize that comparing a show to types of crap isn't exactly a positive thing to talk about.
I just used it as an example. I could have used ice cream as well.
You could have.
I could have.
But you see, your subconscious came out and you chose crap.
Or we're just sponsored by Metamucil.
Are we?
You didn't check your emails.
Oh, damn. Guys, if we have another sponsor, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
We're sponsored by Metamucil, dumbass. I can't believe you read the email.
You didn't send it to me.
It's there.
I don't. Sorry.
It went to the show email.
No, it didn't. Pete's
by
talking.
Manscaped
Pete, again, guys. Pete is talking crap.
I don't have to listen to these fabricated lies.
I know. I'm sorry. But
You're a liar.
But we do have something coming up.
What is it?
We have Manscaped product alert.
Uh-oh. Get your pubes ready.
You asked for it and they listened. Our friends at Manscaped just brought back the Ultra Smooth package. It's time to stop, drop, and order this premium shaving kit. Everyone knows by now that the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best electric shave for your balls, but if you're looking for a closer shave to go bare down there, then the Ultra Smooth package is the perfect set. It's time to shave that bush of yours and get right to the roots with a discount just for you. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with the code, of course, Gotham. Now, not to get too personal, but I'm not really a shave down guy down there. I'm just going to put that out there. But for those of you who are men, ladies...
You don't like a smooth playing field?
No, I'm not. Trim. I just kind of trim and keep it nice and neat down there, which is why the Lawnmower 4.0 is perfect for me. That's something that I enjoy because it has levels. You can kind of pick which level you want to go down, just like if it's you doing your hair. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have all those choices.
I just go blade, bro.
Over there.
I just go blade.
That's what this one is. This is what the Ultra Smooth package is. It's a blade.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Baby's
so first,
body.
as you guys know, you take the Lawnmower 4.0, you trim down a little bit, then you take the Ultra Smooth package, and you clean up the entire area. So Manscaped's got you covered.
Go with the grain. The grain.
Yeah, that would be a bad place to get razor burn, guys.
Yeah, don't go against the grain there, boys.
Yeah, that's
for the younger listeners. The guys, this is your first time. This is your first season out there.
Yes,
we don't want you to be unprepared.
we have experience in here. We're talking. We're just trying to share it with everybody because that's what we like to do here. We like to help everyone out. Outside of entertaining you guys for a little while, we also want to kind of help you where we can. And historically, this is not something you're going to get advice on. So listen to us. And,
listen to Eric. Eric knows. Eric knows everything about pubes. Okay.
Because, guys, the crop shaver is not your average razor. It's smaller, thicker, with a micro comb bar that allows for the best shave possible from any angle. Beach balls are meant to be smooth this summer, and now's yours can be as well. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code Gotham at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Gotham at manscaped.com. Smooth out your fellas with the relaunch Ultra Smooth package from the fellas at Manscaped. And as always, your balls will thank you. So, speaking of balls, this is kind of a good way to lead into this. Howard Stern.
How Stern and balls? Okay.
Well, he's known for being raunchy and talking about this kind of stuff.
He's a shock jock. Yeah,
shock jock. So there we go. So recently, apparently, might have been a mic left on when he was doing his show, and
a hot mic,
yes, and he kind of hinted that he's going to do Doctor Doom. This is exactly what he said, because he was talking whatever. He said, they're going over the schedule with me and it's going to suck. Then he says, I told you I'm going to do Doctor Doom. That's a thing. But believe me, I'm effing miserable about it. I called Robert Downey Jr. and I was asking him acting techniques. So this is
Stern's Doom, take it to the bank.
This is kind of strange though, right? Because we haven't heard much about the Fantastic Four or Doctor Doom or anything like that.
I mean, the last time I heard of Howard Stern acting, he was going to be the Scarecrow in Joel Schumacher's Batman 5.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's interesting. I can't imagine him having Stern's, no offense, but just Stern's not an actor. I know he played himself in Private Parts,
right? But
Stern's not an actor, right? Yep. So I can't imagine him playing a character of real significance.
Right.
But it's interesting. He knows Downey, so he called Downey for techniques.
I know.
Interesting. It's all fascinating. It makes me wonder who he's playing. And hell, if he's Doctor Doom, okay, all right, so be it. Because he made it seem like he was it almost the way he was, because he was talking to Robin, it was him and Quivers having a conversation off air, but his mic was still hot. And the article, I can't remember where we shared it from, but it's on our socials. Just search.
IGN, I think. Yes, IGN.
Okay, but it's everywhere. It popped up a few places. I'm surprised it didn't go more viral than it did. But he sounds like he's actually going to be very busy doing it. He didn't make it seem like it was going to be a one-day thing. He was like, "Oh, I'm miserable doing this." It's well, you're miserable doing this. Is this maybe you do have a significant role? I don't know. It just, you kind of look at both sides. I don't think he would, because he's not an actor, but then he's complaining about it. He's going to be away for 6 months.
And it's weird because everyone's like, well, was it a prank? But it seems weird. It would be weird.
But then he's still got to do his radio show. So I can't imagine he's taking a long time off.
I know.
Right? Unless
right.
They're shooting green screen stuff like that, and then they'll add him in, right? Because I imagine he's still recording in New York.
I don't know. This would be the weirdest casting of all time, in my opinion.
I could see him going to an ABC studio, ABC 7, and shooting a scene or something. I have no idea, or whatever. There's Kaufman Studios or studios, and I know they're building a ton of studios in Newark. There's where they shot Sopranos and everything. So there's TV
Silver
studios.
Cup.
Yeah, there's places where they can do it around the area. So yeah, very fascinating. Can you imagine cameo? Stern is Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying.
What if Stern's the next Reed Richards?
No way. I'm just trying to place who he possibly could be playing, because he doesn't say Fantastic Four. He specifically says, "I'm going to do Doctor Doom."
Yeah.
So that would be bananas.
I don't know if Stern's a comic book fan, but is Doctor Doom that popular with the GA that they would know?
That's true, and we all know he doesn't need the money, so it's not like he'd be doing this for a payday.
Yeah, it sounds like he wants to be an actor.
I don't know. But this was, of all the stories Pete sent me for the rundown, this was the one I was kind of wow.
Well, because and then you listen to the audio and it's oh, wow, he's really talking. This isn't somebody's oh, I heard this. No, this is Howard Stern's voice.
Yeah, I agree. That is the crazy part about it. So I don't know. But it's a very interesting story. And we will see what happens. If there's just a prank, we'll find out, guys. If not, we'll see Howard Stern in some kind of Marvel Doctor Doom related property going forward. I think the article even mentions, well, what if they're going to do a season 2 of What If and he's doing a voice? Maybe.
Okay.
Right? That might be something.
I can dig that because he's got a nice voice.
Right. So something like that. I don't know. But we will see. That was one of probably the most interesting story. Totally out of left field when I saw that. So that was a little crazy. So we have a release date, guys, for the follow up to Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's going to hit theaters December 20th, 2023. So there you have it. So are we getting
This is great news.
Christmas time Ghostbusters, right? That's
Ghostbusters Afterlife brought me so much joy.
Yeah,
and
it
happiness.
really was.
I loved every minute of it. And then I'm very interested to see where they go. I'm very worried they could ruin this. They could easily destroy this. You
think?
My opinion, I think this could really come crashing down burning if they really don't do it the right way. I don't know what direction they want to go in. I think it feels like Ghostbusters Inc. led by Winston. We'll see. We'll just see. But I really enjoy the first movie. I'm happy it's getting a sequel. I hope it's as good as the first, if not better. But I'm definitely walking in there with some precautions.
I hope we maybe we'll get more of Dana in this one because she's only in the post credit. So
like, what happened to Oscar?
That's another thing. Yeah, will we see an adult Oscar?
Can I see Oscar head of Proton Pack?
That would be cool.
What's the plan, Ghostbusters?
That would be cool. You're right. That would be a cool way to connect that little part of it. Because a lot of people some people don't even like that Ghostbusters 2 was made.
How old is Oscar now? Oscar's got to be probably my age, right?
That movie came out in 87, so I think it would be around your age.
Yeah.
87, 88.
Let's get it. Oscar.
Yeah. I agree. If they do that, perfect.
Yeah, if Oscar's involved, I'm in.
Well, I'm in regardless because I like the first one. But
I'm in because I'm going to go see it as a Ghostbusters movie. But if you get Oscar in there, I'll probably be a little bit more,
You're right. Very, very true.
So named you after a hot dog.
There's one topic that I haven't really discussed yet because I'm tired of it.
You mean our weekly topic?
Yes, our weekly topic.
Our weekly Ezra Miller segment?
Yes, normally I'd be like, oh, we should make it a segment every week, and I would create
it's been 3 weeks since we last talked. So it's been a month.
It's true, actually. That's a good point.
That doesn't mean he hasn't been going crazy.
But again, if you guys have listened to me, you know how I feel about this stuff. I feel like when something happened bad, some person gets called out for doing bad stuff, it just piles on after that. I'm not saying, again, a lot of these allegations, the Iceland choking, Germany harassment, all this other stuff going on, the guns, bullets, and weed with the kids, but the mom was there. I don't know. All this weird stuff surrounding this guy. Yes, clearly we know he's disturbed and has issues. We've been saying this.
I mean, I don't know how disturbed he is if these people are there under their own free will. I don't know.
Right.
They honestly
could be.
If they're there because they want to be there, then nothing's wrong. Like, they just live a different lifestyle. So to me, honestly, I don't care. I don't give.
It's so bad to say that.
Two shits about anything that Ezra Miller does outside of his acting career. It makes no difference to me. Whatever he does, good, bad, pretty, ugly. Like, it is what it is. The only thing that matters to me is this movie. And if he does something really crazy and they cancel the movie, I guess that's going to bum me. That'll bum me out. I don't know, but I don't think that's going to happen either. I just want to see the movie. That's really all that matters to me. Whether he gets recast, and in terms of Barry Allen, theatrical Barry Allen, we'll see what happens. Who knows? We may never get a Flash 2. Flash 1 may be so bad we don't want Flash 2. And then we don't have to worry about it. I could care less what Ezra Miller does outside of his time behind the lens, in front of the lens.
And now, there's from the choking incident in Iceland. Now the woman speaking out. Like, what happened when it happened? Like, now she's gonna come. See, that's when
everything's just coming out. And it's just like right. Again, though, I didn't care when it happened. I was like, oh, geez, this guy. What did he do here? But I didn't care then. I still don't care now. I don't think, and no one I know has talked to me about this. Everyone knows I like this stuff. No one has asked me anything about Ezra Miller.
It's true.
I don't know. If it's just me. I know Justin said that people have talked about, hey, what's going on with that guy who's supposed to be the Flash? He's had instances where people have talked about it. I nothing. So
the only people who have asked me about it are the guys I do the Knicks podcast with. They've actually said, Eric, what's going on with Ezra Miller? And I'm like, well, I know as much as you know. It's not like I'm his publicist, and I know.
Wow, they look at you like you're an insider. Look at you. You're a pundit.
But I'm like, I said, we're at the stage now, like what I just said before. Allegation comes out, it's bad, and everyone's like, oh, I had an incident too. Let me tell them about mine. And then everyone just piles on. Not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's very, very strange that they're coming out now when some of these things happened in the past. Like, why are we bringing it to the forefront now? It's just kicking him while he's down. And I don't like those types of things. Clearly, like I said, Ezra has issues, has to deal with his issues. I hope the help.
That's if he thinks he has issues. If he doesn't think he has issues, he wouldn't get anything fixed.
Well, you don't know. Not everyone knows they have issues until they finally realize they have issues.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, there's a string of events here. If he hasn't figured out by now that something's got to be done about something.
Like, we all have issues, right? All of us. Every human being alive has problems. But if you don't, you're right. If you don't recognize it yourself, you're not going to address the problem.
Mm. He may think he's totally,
an artist.
Wrong. Some people are like that.
He's an artist. That's what he probably feels. It's art. I don't know, but
I don't know if he is doing anything wrong. I have no clue. Like I said, the people could be there on their own free will. The choking incidents are bad, but like I'm talking about like this kidnapping with these two people and this guy and his family. Like, I don't know. If she left you, I am very sorry for you. But like, if they want to be there, he's not doing anything wrong.
Right. Like the choking, the chair throwing.
That's a different story.
Breaking and entering.
What are you doing? Don't lash out like that in public.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like maybe it is a cause and effect. Maybe something happened where like that he's involved in these things and someone set him off at the wrong time. Just like he lost a fuse and I don't know. But still, it's just geez, man, like.
Yeah,
all this crazy stuff's going on in your life. Like, just take some time to reflect. Like, hold on, maybe I need to just step off the gas. It's just and I don't like when media outlets do this too, and that's what's happening as well. Like, I understand your job is to get the story, and also don't forget there was the fake story where he got into a fight with Elvis in Japan or whatever it was. Yeah. There's also fake
Austin
stories
Butler,
out there.
yes.
About, Austin Butler. That apparently is not true. He did not get into a fight with Elvis.
Right.
So
that's what I mean.
There's also fake stories out there.
Yeah.
But
so that's what I mean.
We posted our weekly poll. Will there be a new Ezra Miller story up this week? And dramatically, I think it was like 60 votes, like 10 or was it 60%? I don't know, whatever it was, but it was high. I was like
60-40,
yes.
I think.
60-40, yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
people are just expecting it. Like, whether it's true or not, like I expect something about Ezra Miller to happen this week because he's been a news story for like how many months has this been going on? At least 2, right? I mean, the whole first choking incident is very old, but
that was a couple of years ago.
He's been on like a 2-week news rampage, a 2-month news rampage.
Yep. And that's what I mean. That once like I said, the media is investigating this stuff now. They're actually looking and talking to people. And
maybe they can find him because isn't he reportedly hiding from being served?
That's what's going on there. He is not, they can't find him.
Which was funny because I was like, if he's fighting Austin Butler in Japan, how does TMZ know where he is? But like,
clearly he's in Japan.
This court system. I was like, what is going on?
I don't know. You're right. It's all crazy. And that's why, guys,
then he deleted his Instagram. It's all been crazy. He put all those cryptic posts that we read live. Well, not live, as live as you could be on a podcast on our show before they were deleted.
Yep.
Which is like 3 episodes ago. Who knew that was actually going to be like a thing? We did that and he deleted them. Like we might be outside of a few screenshots. We're the only evidence there, Eric. That's it. So
and normally Pete and I usually are like, we don't want to talk about this stuff. We kind of just let it gloss over it, but it's become such a thing.
It's a segment now. Yeah,
it's literally like a segment on the show, and that's why today I figured, I'll throw it at the end because normally I do it in the beginning. So let me throw people off. throw it at the end. But yeah, this is. I'm really tired of talking about it.
I think the next story that comes up. I think Ezra has kidnapped 3 koalas. He has them locked up in a cage like veal.
Wow.
Yeah. and Pete is going to freak out.
Well, he wears enough fur. So he does wear a lot of fur, I'll say that.
Locked up like veal.
Although with him,
those poor pandas, they won't be able to move.
As if veal is koala meat, but that's besides the point.
It's so wrong. It's just a crazy, like, it's just like, I'm just thought of like the most absurd scenario I could think of. And I thought of koala caged like veal.
I don't know, man. But Ezra, just, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just at that point. So we'll keep bringing the news, guys. If we get more Ezra stories, we'll come in.
Hopefully we do another show on Saturday, so we'll have an update.
Wow. Pete's saying we're going to get an update in the next 2 days. We'll see, guys. We never know with him.
Well, the week is still young when it comes to Ezra.
All right. Well, we're at the end of this voyage. So, Pete, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Zack Snyder's favorite handle, Vero, at Pete Illustrated. You can follow podcast number 1. That's the podcast you're listening to right now. Straight to Gotham at straight_O_G on both Instagram and Twitter. You can follow podcast number 2, the Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast that I co-host with Nico and Nicholas Caruso Jr. It's fabulous time talking Cubs baseball, Spider-Man, and Sauce at Italians for Spidey on Twitter. Follow at Team Yellow Oval as we celebrate the Oval back in print and on the big screen and small screen. Check me out on BatmanOnFilm.com, on YouTube, on where else am I? All over there. I got reviews, I got movie reviews, I got comic book reviews, toys, all that jazz. And yeah, I'm there. Like, where am I? I said I was on Vero. I'm on social media. You know, I'm bothering Eric. I'm harassing him in Facebook groups. We got 2 Facebook groups. We got a Facebook page. I'm getting him over there. So I'm trying to bother Eric as much as I can on many platforms. That's like my main goal, just to kind of just diffuse him, his mojo.
His fake stories. He's making up fake stories. That's what he's doing.
I can't wait for the book signing, bro.
The book signing that's never going to happen?
I can't wait. I hope to God they get so many customers that show up to that place.
Yeah, well.
I'm sure Drew's going.
He probably would go.
He'll go.
No doubt. I'm sure he would.
So will you.
So, no, I'm
Photos,
not
autographs, memories.
Yeah, I'll have like one person show up. That would be fun.
Amazing.
All right, guys. I guess it's my turn now.
You can go. I mean, I could talk if you want to. I could leave your friends behind.
Oh, Jesus. I'll go there, guys. You guys know you can find me on Twitter at Finally33, spell Finale33. As Pete mentioned, follow us at straight_O_G on Twitter as well. Guys, I'm going to ask you this. Share our handle and get people to follow us. That's what I want you guys to do. That's your homework for the next episode. Which
you
could
realize
be
that
Saturday.
teachers who give out homework on weekends aren't liked?
Well, it's Wednesday. It's not a weekend yet. So.
For a listener, it is.
So
that's
what I'm asking you guys to do. Just share us. Let people know about us. If you guys enjoy listening to us, I'm sure you know people who would enjoy listening to us as well. And that's what we want to do. We want to just entertain people. We have fun doing this. And and
do it on Facebook. I feel like it's a little bit like I feel like we've got the Twitter sphere under control. I feel like if you're sharing stuff, Facebook might be a little bit of a broader audience. You know, somebody not on Twitter, because I feel like our Twitter circle's strong. We've got a good core group of Twitter people. You know, we got a great group
I agree.
Of Twitter people.
So yeah, just try and get us. Try and just share us.
Share us on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
SOGOF. Sogoff. Sogoff.
That doesn't sound great. That sounds dirty. Anyway,
hashtag Sogoff.
But share us, guys. All across. We want more followers, more people to listen to us, because we have fun doing this. I don't know if that comes across. I hope it does. We have fun doing this.
I love talking about Eric.
So, and I love when Pete talks about me. So
he does. Eric loves that he has an audience of one.
It's awesome, and we genuinely like each other. I don't know if that comes across either.
I generally don't like anyone. Most people don't like me. So the fact that I found a human being Someone who doesn't poop outside who appreciates me is usually a good thing.
Yeah, so
I can piss anybody off at any moment in time for no good reason.
Oh, he pisses me off sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
All the time.
I'm not gonna lie. He pisses me off, but I know it's all in good fun.
Anyone who just doesn't like BVS as much as me clearly has bad taste.
All right, let me continue. You guys know you can follow my other venture right now, All Nicked Up, the All Nicked Up podcast, all_Nick_up on Twitter. I also have a Facebook group and a page, just like I do for Straight Outta Gotham. So you can, if you're a fan of the New York Knicks, please check it out. I'm actually doing a live stream later tonight. You guys this won't be up by then, so I don't know why I'm saying it, but you can catch the replay if you want afterwards. We're going to be talking about free agency and the upcoming summer league, which starts on Friday. So
you're not getting Durant.
That stuff as well. Yeah, we're not getting Durant. I know that, so it's fine. I'm okay with it. But check me out over there. Check out my content on Batman on Film. I've done Titans reviews. I've interviewed Rebecca Romaine and what's his name? Jerry O'Connell. And
her husband.
Yes. And Megan Tandy from Pete's Favorite Show and Rachel Scarsden from Pete's Favorite Show. I interviewed both of them for Batwoman as well. Those interviews are up there. So check out my content over there as well. I believe I'm going to be doing a Elvis show with Bill and Javi, but I'm not sure.
Oh, that's great.
I haven't got
Man, is he riding high?
I know, right? But I haven't have all the details, but I think we're going to be doing one together. So when that comes, guys, look for that as well. All right. I think that's all. I think we're done today.
Good job.
Anything else, Pete?
Pat yourself on the back. You did a fantastic job.
I'm going to. There we go. All right. So, as always, for Peter Vera, I am Eric Holzman. You are listening to Straight Outta Gotham, and we will see you next time.
Booyah.